Hi.
So, what's up, YouTube? We are back again with another video. It's the UEFA Champions League group stages review, and I've got a special guest today. A very, very big Chelsea fan, a very, very big football fan. His name is
Yeah.
Mswazi, and we came to do a
Yeah.
little match review today of the games tonight. Mswazi, bro, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Doug. I haven't been doing good because I'm so close to football. So football fucks me over. I genuinely don't have a good mood. And it's been a
Hey.
shitty week for me, Doug.
Yeah, it's
Shitty week.
been, and the games just keep coming so fast, bro.
Yeah, Doug. Yeah, Doug. So I keep on getting disappointed, but I was so glad today. I saw some big changes, but those changes aren't making me that happy.
Okay. Before we get into Chelsea, I just want to talk a little bit about the other games that have played already this weekend. I mean, this week and are currently playing right now. I want to touch a little
Okay.
bit on Real Madrid. I feel
Ah.
like Real Madrid, Barca, your Juves, they're no longer really untouchable in the Champions League anymore. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, it's the truth. The Giants have fallen. The Giants have fallen, but I just think it's due to it's a new generation now, and I really feel this generation is dominated by Germans. Not a lot of people see that, but the German league is rising, and people are
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
like you can clearly tell that Bayern Munich are the clear favorites right now, and
yeah,
even I know Leipzig are losing right now, but even they're playing pretty well, and Dortmund as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
The
yeah,
the football they play is very direct.
yeah. All the time, all the time. I'm still shocked if they're losing right now. I just hope it's they drawing or some shit, but I really want them to win. I don't like Man United. I hate
Eh,
that team. So I really
There's
hope.
there's something about Man United. It's like they don't control the game. They just wait for a counter like all the time. Like it's
Exactly,
kind of
Doug.
boring.
Doug. But then it's their philosophy. We have to deal with it, Doug. You won't complain. If we were doing the same thing, getting results against big teams, we wouldn't be complaining. Even though there's still a long way to go. Still a
Yeah.
long way to go.
So how
Yeah.
far do you feel the English Premier League teams can go this Champions League? Because right now it looks like Man United are going to top their group because they've already beaten
Yeah.
PSG. Um,
Yeah.
we're probably going to be, I'm hoping, second or first, but you never know. And Man
Yeah.
City as well are dominating their group right now. They got a really big
Yeah.
win
Man.
yesterday.
Man City qualified before the draw was made. We all know the
Yeah.
City business. They always get easy groups. That was nothing new.
And do you think Juve could maybe make a push for the Champions
Ah,
League?
nah.
Because you don't think so?
I love Ronaldo, but nah. Juve are the biggest teams that are fucked. I think they worse than Real Madrid in terms of big giants.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
really
like
it's really
I
it's
also
really
feel like
gone
without
there.
Ronaldo, they just don't look good at all, really.
Yeah, it's just like there's no improvements. There's not that one player besides Dybala that you look at and say, okay, that's our man. Besides Ronaldo, Ronaldo's always going to be the guy. But a guy you point to and you're just like, okay, I can trust him. Juve don't have that. And that's
Yeah,
really frightening. That's really frightening. And I hate to say this about Ronaldo because he's my favorite goat. But it's
yeah.
not
Oh,
looking good. It's not.
can you move your screen like a little bit higher? It's kind of like cutting the top part of your. Yeah,
Is this fine?
that's better. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Uh,
So yeah, let's get into the whole points of the discussion today. Chelsea 4, Krasnodar. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but
yeah.
0. In the end, if you weren't watching that game, you might think it was a very easy game for Chelsea. We dominated the game, but it actually was a pretty tough game. I thought
Yeah.
Krasnodar came out like, even from the beginning of the game, you could tell that they didn't just come to get a draw. They came to try and get a result today. And what are
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
thoughts on the game?
My thoughts on the game is pretty much like as you said, the other team, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm not even gonna try. But the other team came with everything they got. And Lampard mentioned that, but I thought he just mentioned it for the sake of mentioning it. That this like unknown teams tend to upset the big teams sometimes in the Champions League, and I didn't really pay respect to that. I was like, it's just for the sake of it. But judging from what I've seen from other games and this game today, yeah, they really came with everything. It's just that finally our quality showed. Like for the
Yeah,
first time, this is the first win I could say, okay, now this is Chelsea. I can see what we're trying to do. It was the
yeah,
first game of the season. I won't even lie. Not even the Crystal Palace game was convincing.
yeah. Okay. I want to start with the positives of the game because personally there was some positives that I saw today and some negatives, but I wanted to start off with the positives. I think the first positive that I could start off with is Edward Mendy. I feel like he's
Uh,
slowly becoming signing of the season for us.
yeah,
This is his 4 out of 5 clean sheets now, I think, or 3 out of 4.
it's 3 out of 4. Yeah,
Three
three
out
out
of
of
four
four.
clean sheets,
Yeah,
and he just the defense like looks a lot more calm like when he's playing. I don't know how you see it.
yeah. I realized that, but another thing I realized it was just that a lot of people cried that we didn't really spend that much on our defense. But sometimes I'll just think about that. What if our defense just had a solid keeper behind them? That gives all your back four like hope that okay, we're stable here, we can move forward. I know if I make a mistake, my
The
keeper
keeper's got your
80%,
back.
yeah, 80% of the time my keeper has my back. Because I've realized, okay, we've conceded goals, but those goals came from Kepa. We've been trying to protect Kepa second chances, but they actually come from him. Poor positioning. I still don't understand how he's still at our club, but it's football. I understand, but I just feel as if Mendy hasn't done the greatest of jobs. The thing I feel as if he's told all these players is like, guys, forget about Kepa, focus on me. I'm here now and trust me. And everyone's literally like, okay, we'll trust you. Like
Yeah,
that's what it is. Like Rudiger played today like he's been playing the whole season. And I think the only difference was he just had a good keeper behind him. As
yeah.
long as who was the partnership? I think it was Zuma. It
Zuma.
was the Zuma. Yeah, him too. Because those are a clumsy pair. We have to be honest. That's a clumsy pair. Rudiger and Zuma doesn't work out. It's either you need Tomori or Christensen, but I don't like Christensen anyway. So it's clumsy. But the only change I've seen is that the keeper's confidence and he
Yeah,
talks more than Kepa. Like
yeah,
honestly, that's the difference I could say now on Mendy.
yeah. I could even watching the defense like it's almost as if they could even play back to the keeper almost as like a fifth defender almost, and they
Mm,
all feel comfortable. They don't feel like he's gonna make a bad pass and we're gonna give the ball
exactly.
away. It's like even Rudiger, you could tell he was taking on like he was actually running onto the ball with confidence, and
Yeah, I
like
could I couldn't believe that. I was like, wow, dog, why couldn't you do this? Then I was like, oh, you have a good keeper behind you. That's all it took. That's all it literally took. I couldn't believe
yeah,
my eyes. Like I wouldn't mind now if we start just to see. I want to get too ahead of myself, but I wouldn't mind if we started the pair we had today, Rudiger and Zuma. Due to what we saw today, I wouldn't mind. But then again, like I'm so a lot of you guys praise the Thiago Silva transfer, but why is this guy struggling so much for fitness? Like, doesn't that come to your attention? Like today he wasn't added. I don't think he was there against Sevilla. He's not injured. It's literally because of fitness.
Now I think
Or am
it's
I wrong?
more. I think I've heard a lot. Apparently, Lampard is very like protective of the players in terms of like their fitness. I don't think that he's unfit. I think Lampard just doesn't want him to get injured, so he's kind of like giving him a rest, I guess. Because the other game, we had just come back. I'm not sure which game he missed. He had just come back from Brazil, so he rested
Yeah.
him. And then today again he rested him because I think he doesn't want him to get injured. He wants him ready for the league game specifically.
Oh, so
So yeah,
he's a league centre back.
yeah,
So
basically. But
okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't really impressed with that. Particularly that impressed with the signing in the beginning because I feel like he's old and we're only really gonna get 1 or 2 good seasons. But for now, I think it's better. The defense has become better now that he's here. So I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, yeah. No doubt. No doubt,
Yeah.
dog. No
So
doubt.
I think that's the biggest positives that we could take from the game is that it's another clean sheet. against a side that we could have easily conceded if another keeper was there, to be honest. But yeah. And then another positive that I want to touch on is the goal scoring.
Ooh,
I feel like
finally,
they're clicking. Ziyech,
finally.
Hakim Ziyech.
Yeah.
What do you think
Oh
of him?
my
Because
God.
today
Oh my
I was
God.
really impressed.
You know, dog, like that's what I told everyone when the season started, and even in our transfers, I told everyone that Hakim Ziyech will change everything. Will change everything. Like I even realized he's so creative. Like, and he's not even. It's not even his match fitness. That's why he wasn't that involved. But when he was involved, you're like, shit, we've got a player here. So I
Yeah.
just feel as if even if you would realize I rate Havertz as going to score more goals now with Ziyech in the team. Because did you see when Havertz ran a lot to the back post, trying to
Yeah.
header? Yeah,
From
like he
coming from
got
the
the free
left, he was
roll.
getting those balls coming in from the
Yeah,
left.
I was
I
like,
mean, from the
finally,
right.
this is the Leverkusen Havertz that's like getting the confidence. He took the ball from the back, he ran forward like direct, played it to Ziyech. You can see now he has that monkey off his shoulders that now you need to create. You're the big signing here. You need to create. All eyes on you. Now that
Yeah.
Ziyech is back, he's like the father of that front three, and including that Havertz behind that front three. So
Yeah.
Ziyech is a wonderful buy, and it's just his first starts. Not even 3 games in, his first starts, and he has a goal. And it's not the best of goals that Ziyech scores, but that was a beautiful goal.
Yeah. That was probably for
So
me
that's
goal
a
of the
very
night.
positive. Yeah,
The
yeah,
best
yeah.
goal out of all the 4
Oh,
goals.
but Pulisic too.
Oh yeah,
That,
Pulisic
that,
was also
yeah,
good.
that was good.
Um, okay, and we're gonna talk about I think another thing that another player who some people might have been asking, like, why hasn't he been playing? Because he's on the bench, and he's been working hard. He hasn't really gotten a lot of game time, but today he actually came on, and I mean, although it was a really soft goal, I think it still did a whole lot of good for him, and maybe gave him a little boost in confidence. Callum Hudson-Odoi, in the first half. What did you think of his performance today?
You know, his performances, this guy is always performing for a guy that's not getting any chances. And
Yeah,
not because he's not getting chances due to the fact there's someone better than him playing in his position due to the injuries that we have. He was literally on the bench for someone who was playing out of position. That was Mason Mount. And to come back and to like, because he was involved in the West Brom comeback, if I'm not
yeah.
mistaken, he came off the bench where he started. I don't remember. I can't remember the other game, and but then today he
Tottenham. He
started.
played
So
against Tottenham
yeah, and then
in the
Tottenham.
cup game. He played
Yeah,
well as well.
that was also another good performance. And then today, so if you really give a lot of youngsters, put them in the shoes that you're getting benched by someone that's not playing in your position, then you come on to score, even if it's the tap in, even if the goalkeeper passed him and he scored, that's still an impact that we need from Hudson-Odoi, just to show Lampard that it's not all about Mounts. We get Mounts as an academy player. You know, we still want that image of we protect academy players. But if you want to win, if you want to take us to the next level, we have to get rid of that mindset. Like Hudson-Odoi has no reason not to start. I still don't understand. If I'm not mistaken, does he have more goal contributions than Mason Mount? Or Mason Mount
Uh,
still has more?
I'm not. I think Mason Mount has probably. I think he had one goal against West Brom, and maybe he
Yeah.
had like one assist. But yeah, even still, I still think as a player, I would rather have Mason Mount running at me on the wing. As a defender, I would rather have Mason Mount running at me on the wing than Hudson-Odoi. I feel like Hudson-Odoi just causes the defense more problems than Mason Mount, and he's a natural winger. So I think hopefully he can get a little bit more game time because you can tell he really wants to play. I mean, he could have easily gone to
Yeah.
Bayern, but he wants to play.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think those are the positives that we can get from the game, and the fact that 4 different players scored as well. I think the problem hasn't really been our attack. The problem has been our defense. So
Yeah, but
we
no,
got the
no,
clean
no.
sheet.
There's also a slight problem in the attack. The slight problem in attack is that we bought all these players, but there was no link up play. Like all our goals have been coming from Zuma, Chilwell. You see goals that we don't want to see from the players that we get. Like okay, I love getting 3 points, but if you're gonna tell me I'm gonna watch Chelsea all the time and Chilwell's gonna score and Zuma's gonna score from headers and Jorginho's gonna score from penalties, then that's 200 million or 200 million plus wasted, honestly.
Yeah.
So today I was very proud that every goal our new signings were involved. Havertz got an assist, Pulisic got a goal, Timo Werner got a goal. Oh, and that's a big topic.
Yeah, he got it. He
Jorginho,
got an assist as well. Actually,
yeah,
talking about that.
yeah,
I want to get on to the not so bright side of the game today, and I want to start off with
yeah,
this whole penalty thing. A lot of people have been talking about who should be taking penalties for Chelsea, and
yeah,
I think personally for me, as much as I can say Jorginho has been relatively good from the penalty spot, I'm still never comfortable with him running up and doing that hop skip technique. I've never liked that technique. I prefer a penalty taker like Lampard, who's gonna attack the ball and hit it hard and not
mm,
give the keeper a
mm, mm,
chance. Like I'm
yeah,
confident that he's, when Jorginho scores, it looks cool, but when he misses, it
yeah,
looks
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
bad. It looks
It's
so
just like,
bad,
what are
and
you doing, dog? Yeah,
yeah, so
I'm
I don't
fully
know.
behind that.
Personally, I would be happy if Werner. I was happy to see Werner take the penalty today. I don't know
Yeah,
what do you think about that as well?
but
Do you?
no, in my opinion, it's been that we have to go back to the old ways of the book. Number nine needs to take penalties, whether it's Abraham, whether it's Giroud on the pitch. Get your number nine to take that penalty, because once he has one goal, he will search for that other goal and say, "I need an open play goal now to shut everyone up." So if Jorginho keeps on taking them, I don't have a problem with him taking them, but it just doesn't sit right with me. It's not right. Like a number nine needs the stats. He needs that confidence, and especially Werner, because now he's new and he needs all sort of goals to get that
And it's
confidence.
in a way he's the one winning all these penalties. I think he's won like
Exactly,
3 or 4
exactly.
penalties
You
now, and he
forgot to
just has
mention that.
and he
Exactly.
has to stand and watch Jorginho miss the penalty. It's like,
Exactly, dog. And then not even let Havertz take it. Other niggas that you need confidence in the team.
yeah.
Like, don't just give it to Jorginho. We know he's gonna finish the job, but it's just not right for the team. Like, if you give Kai a penalty, I'm also sure he has that mindset of no, let me go for it now. Let me go give 2 assists or at least get one goal from open play and let's go.
And you
Jorginho's
could
gonna score. Jorginho, if you notice, Jorginho's gonna score a penalty and then he's just average for the rest of the game. He's like, my job's done. I got my penalty. That's it. That's the only reason why I prefer Kovacic over Jorginho, honestly.
Yeah, I think you could even see towards the end of the game, like the last 10 minutes, you could tell that Werner still wanted another goal. You could see
Yeah,
him calling for the ball and trying
yeah,
to make, and you can tell that he's a very unselfish striker because we've
yeah,
seen him. Sometimes he gets chances, but he chooses to pass when the ball is on so that it's an easier finish. So that's one thing I like about him.
yeah.
Talking
And
about,
and
yeah,
sorry to disturb you there. And another positive thing is, if you noticed, I think, wait, when did we start stretching the league? Okay, yeah, after the
it was
penalty,
after
when
the changes,
after the
after
changes, okay.
Jorginho and Kovacic
Oh
came off.
yes, 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 yes. You correct. So after the changes, then we got the goal. Everyone was like, "No, I need to score." Abraham was like, "What the fuck, dog? How are you giving that pass to Pulisic when you need to score or just do something like to get your name there, like to show that you're in the game?" He passed to Pulisic. In my opinion, if I was in Tammy Abraham's shoes, I'm winning 3-0. I'm gonna shoot because I know if I shoot, I won't get slaughtered that much because I'm in the lead and I'm trying to score. But he tried to get on the score sheet in terms of assist. Even Pulisic was pushing forward to get those goals. Ziyech too. He was just like Ziyech before he came off. He was like, I need something. I need that assist. I need that goal. Even Havertz, he was like, I'm getting forward. I need something. Everyone was just like, I need something, which we haven't even seen the whole season, and now we've seen it. That's the only
Yeah,
thing I'm proud of. That made me very proud. We didn't have
yeah.
that.
Yeah, you can tell the hunger for goals is there.
Yeah.
Talking about this midfield, Jorginho and Kovacic, a lot of people have been crying out, talking about they want to see Jorginho and Kovacic playing together and starting alongside because they're the best combination in our midfield. Personally, I like Jorginho as a player and I like Kovacic as a player. And when they're playing together, it looks good. When they're dribbling out from the back and they beat the press, it looks good. But defensively, both of them are liabilities. None of them know how to tackle. And Jorginho doesn't even tackle at all, first of all. Kovacic, he tackles, but he doesn't know how to, and he's always committing fouls. He's always committing fouls, and you can even see there's a foul that he committed, I think, in the second half, and it was right at the edge of the box. And I'm not comfortable when they're off the ball. On the ball, it's a different story. But today, again, it was a poor performance by both of them. I thought they were terrible. They weren't recycling the ball well. There was a huge gap between them and the back line, and it was so easy for Krasnodar to press us because the defense didn't know what to do anything. They'd end up passing to Chilwell, and Chilwell would have to boot the ball forward because both of them were no one was dropping deep to get the ball and beat the press. And I think it's safe to say for me that we need Kante there. As much as he's not as good on the ball as Kovacic at his best or Jorginho at his best, but I still think we need that defensive stability, the defensive mind. What do you think of that? Because even when Kante came on and Mount, who doesn't play that position, was playing in the Jorginho position, and that's when we actually got control of the game because we were losing the midfield battle in the second half.
Touching into the midfield one, because you just mentioned Mason Mount. Mason Mount had 3 games last season where Lampard put him in the Jorginho role. And for me, he played very well there. It's just that if you're going to put him there, take him to the gym and get more physical presence. That's all you need to do. He can play there. I won't mind if he plays there because he has got something. Even today, I don't really rate Mount. But what he did today, he was still pressing those balls, winning balls in certain areas. He's never negative. That's the good thing about him. So I don't mind him playing there. But talking on the Jorginho, Kante, and Kovacic situation, the biggest thing about Kante, I love and hate Kante at the same time. Reason being is that a lot of coaches have fucked over Kante in the time being. Sarri put him in the wrong position. He got lost. Lampard, even when he came in last season, he put him in the wrong position. He still plays well, don't get me wrong, but he's still lost on the field, And then this season, he's coming back. He has a glimpse of coming back. So that means he has to start. He cleans up, he wins balls. But another thing is that he's not really that smart. Would you look at Kante and say, okay, now he can win the ball back and then just take out a Pogba pass or those De Bruyne passes? Really. And we don't have that midfield. That Jorginho does it, but it's not to the extent that when Jorginho passes to you, you can score. You still have to do some work in order when Jorginho passes to you. You need to beat one defender and then score. So for me, I personally prefer Kante as a defensive role, and then you'll have probably Kovacic there because Kovacic knows when Kante is there, 60% of the time he doesn't need to do reckless tackles like he does. He carries the ball while he looks for spaces, and he's very direct. And when he loses the ball, trust me, it's either he will get that yellow card to tracking you back, or he will win that ball. So, and when Jorginho loses the ball, it's just someone has to be behind him. Every time when he loses the ball, someone has to be behind him. And that's not Chelsea level, but there's some things Jorginho does. I'm just okay, now we need you in the team. But honestly, I prefer Kovacic all day with N'Golo Kante. That's the best way going forward. Honestly, with N'Golo sitting more in a deeper role. Honestly.
Yeah, I think another thing is that sometimes N'Golo, I don't know if it's the coach's tactics, but the coach, you can see him sometimes pressing up too high. And the problem with that is that sometimes when we lose the ball, then he's kind of forced to track back and the other team is already on the break and it makes him look bad sometimes. But I get what the coach is trying to do, but I think sometimes you need to be able to tell Kante, just remind him as a coach, to just sit in that position a lot more. Don't try to press too much because you can get exposed. And Jorginho tracking back is the slowest guy on our team. I think he's slower than Giroud tracking back.
Yeah, I've
So
realized that.
yeah, I
No,
think
but another thing you need to know is that the reason why he presses high, Kante is not that person that when he presses high, he's not just an extra body. He gets that ball. So it's either right, it's either when he presses, he will get that ball, and then the team will kick it out for a throwing. I want to say that he must sit deep. I mean, he must be in deeper roles because then that just makes everyone too comfortable, which is not needed at Chelsea. You know, when our team's comfortable, we collect. We can even collect 3 goals in 5 minutes if everyone's just comfortable at Chelsea. So if Ngolo's up, the whole of the back four is just like, okay, he's missing, so we know we can't mess up. We need to close that down. So that's why we need to give him that license of being able to go forward and press, but then not all the time. Sometimes he just needs to be smart about it because we could be losing 2-0 or the game is tied 2-2 and he's still doing that. That's the times where you need to judge and say, okay, now let me sit back, let me win the ball from here, and then we go forward. But he needs that license to press wherever in the fields where he needs to press.
all right. So overall, I think it was a very good win, although there was some negatives
Yeah.
today. I think 4-0, a lot of goals, a good clean sheet, and I think we could take a lot of positives from this game and move on with confidence. Because looking ahead, I think we have Burnley next this
Yeah.
weekend.
That's a big test.
That's going to
That's a
be a
big test.
big test because Burnley's a
That's a
very
big
tough
test.
side and they like
Exactly.
set pieces and
Oh,
crossing the ball.
oh, are we playing away or at home
I think we're
against
playing
Burnley?
away. I think we're playing at home. I think we're playing at home.
That's a big test. People might look at this video and say these guys are crazy. They're going over Burnley, but Burnley are going to give us a test because those guys they park the bus. They striker Chris Wood. He's just a bully, and our centre backs hate bullies. Like if you're going to cause our centre backs not to be comfortable, you might as well be winning the game. So that's a big test, and that will test out our attack because that's where our money will come in to break down these teams that are good defensively, like really, really good. So that's pull off a good performance against Burnley, then I'll be fully behind Frank again. Because right now we won 4-0, but I'm still skeptical about Frank.
Yeah. Anyway, man, it was good. It was good talking about the game with you, bro. I hope this
Yeah.
weekend I need another win. I need 5 wins in a row, 4 or 5 wins in a
Thank
row.
you. Thank you.
Um, to
That's
to
all we
start
need.
feeling a lot more confidence, and also once you start winning, other teams get scared to play you. And I want us to reach
Yeah,
that point
that's the
where
big thing.
I want us to reach that point where a team like we come to play against a team and they're like, oh no, like we're playing Chelsea. I don't want to do this type of. I
Yeah.
want and
Yeah.
that goes along with winning. So, but yeah, bro. Thank you for coming on, man, and giving your opinion, bro. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Th-
It was a
Thank you
good
for
win
having me.
today. Yeah, man. I'm
Brilliant.
looking forward to the future. Looking forward to some more match previews
Yeah.
and some more reviews. But yeah, so everyone else who watched today, please continue to follow, like, and subscribe to the channel. We got some more content coming your way, and thanks for watching. Peace.